Why do all the gay black men in Hollywood have a white partner? This topic is always coming up, more recently so because Monet X Change from RuPaul's Drag Race just got engaged. I think I'm the perfect person to talk about this because I also have a white partner. I really think it just comes down to access, availability, and who's in your inner circle, where you're located. I'm not thinking these black gay Hollywood celebrities are out here actively seeking out white men. I hope that's not.
Go back and check out his full video and just thumb through some of his stuff, and it's kind of self-explanatory about why he posted a video about why black men marry white or people outside their race, and then there's a whole list of Hollywood celebrities that are gay, that identify gay and black, who are married to people of other races. And listening to the story, it kind of saddened me to think about the slave Bible that was given to our ancestors and how it was used to weaponize and control black populations by religion and the doctrine of King James and that New Testament. And a lot of the LGBTQ black identified young people are usually either forced from their home, or they leave from their home and go to college or run away or whatever. All roads are pretty much similar situations where they've had to make hard choices about their relatives not accepting their identity in the alphabet soup. And they get out in the world and they soon realize that, hey, I'm getting older, I got to date somebody. And they just date whoever is closest to them. That's who they fall in love with. It's not something that people go out and intentionally do unless they have bought into the caste system, into colorism. But we call it caste because that's what it is. And in that case, they're capitulating to the dominant class in their mind, that's the best route for them to take. So they marry someone outside their race and they pivot away from their relatives. They embrace their spouse's relatives. I don't know if you guys remember the Brat, when she got pregnant, her and her partner, and she was on a hot mic saying that she didn't want to have a baby, her sperm to be from a dark-skinned black man. And she was with, her and a couple, they were black. And then the lady, I guess her partner has adult black kids, but for some reason they're in Hollywood and they're famous, so everything around them is mixed race or white. So she had bought into the caste system, point blank, and that's her choice. I seen Tamron Hall. She pretty much did the same thing. She married a white Jewish man. She wanted to have a mixed race baby with him. That's what she did. But at the end of the day, the caste system is still going to be there in place. It doesn't change anything. You're still black. Your parents are African and American or whatever. So why buy into something and then get in Hollywood and pretend like you're from outer space or something? That's weird. But you see people doing it all the time. And then you see people complaining. It's like, well, you can't complain about something that you're buying into, that slave Bible. That Bible tells you that being gay is wrong, being trans is wrong, being this is wrong if you're black. And you throw your relatives away. Same thing in parts of Africa where they have those buggery laws. They still throw gay people in prison. They're trying to bring that back here in the United States, but it's not black people. It's the dominant class of non-melanated people who are really going hardcore about it. But you see black pastors buying into it. So when you ask questions about why do black Hollywood men date outside their race, always think about the slave Bible, because that thing is still into play. It's a part of the caste. That thing is passed down through non-melanated people in order to keep black Americans in line and using the Bible as a weapon against your own family members, whether it be your children, your relatives, your neighbors. That's what it does. And if you go on to TikTok, like I go on TikTok every night, there's African American people who attack me every single night that I go on. I just be sitting there. Sometimes I'm crocheting. Sometimes I'm just doing my facial routine. They do the little finger scratch and go down my profile and see that I have TS and trans and all that stuff on there, and they lose their shit. And to say that they're godly is just an afterthought, because all of the racist insults, the swearing, the things that they say to me, I just sit there and look at them, because it's like, okay, they're still buying into the slave narratives in the slave Bible. And a lot of them ain't picked the Bible up in their life. They don't know the Bible no more than they know themselves. And it's sad. So go back, watch the young man's video. He's very much, engaged or married, probably something like that. It looks like he's married to someone of another race. All the people around him, I didn't see nobody black. So, he tells his story. It's kind of the typical story of most LGBT black people. If you go and look at some of them Zelle ads, they advertise, a black father, a white mother, or a black woman with a Hispanic or Asian man. I mean, you just see it, because that's part of the United States story, is that when our first president brought that slave over and started having kids with her, and they tried to romanticize it, but he was already married to his non-melanated wife. He had her in the White House, and then he had her in the slave house in the back, and she had all his kids, and she was a kid. But y'all want to romanticize stuff that's not romantic. And it's not going to, at the end of the day, it's not going to save you, because whatever laws that they put into place under this administration, when you walk outside your door, you're subject to be stopped, and they can legally do it now. So how is buying into the slave Bible going to save you at the end of the day if you're continually playing into a system of caste? It's just something to think about. And I don't know what to tell people, because you're going to date who you want to date and love who you want to love, and it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But to get on a hot mic and say, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and then want people to just sit there and accept that when your ass came from a black mother and a black father, that's how you got here. And even if you did come from a parent of a different race, you still have African DNA. All roads lead to Africa. In every ship, way, stretch, and a form. I can't talk right now, but you know what I mean. The stretch of the meaning, I should just say. So I'm doing a couple of videos. I'm trying to get these knocked out of the way. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Do you believe in that slave Bible is what's the cause of why African American LGBT people are dating outside their race? I would say, why do straight people date outside their race? Still the slave Bible mentality, same thing. You're buying into a caste system. That slave James Bible is part of caste, handed down from your ancestors' owners, as they, claim themselves to be and want to go back to that in 2025. Don't know how that's going to work, but we'll be a fly on the wall and see. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.